And what he failed to mention is I'm not the best looking guy in the room. That's Luke Vander. How is everyone? Have we had a good conference so far? Yeah, awesome. I do hope that people are feeling energised for the challenges ahead. I'm also acutely aware that I stand in the way of you and your lunch. And that is really important when you're a pharmacist, right? I remember back to the first couple of weeks that I bought my pharmacy, and my business partners were Terry and Rhonda White and Cos and Effie Slavos. So if I had complained to them about not having lunch, they would have said, we'll just have a Tony Ferguson shake, Aaron. So Terry and Rhonda, wonderful partners, I really enjoyed working with them. But the first couple of weeks, I had to prove to them that I was worthy of being their business partner. And so, as most of you probably would have experienced, you get to work an hour early, 7 a.m, and you'd have an up and go in your hand, and you'd somehow suck that as you're lifting up the shutters. And then you'd work throughout the entire day, and then at 11 p.m. you'd go home, you'd scratch your head and go, right, some corn chips, that's around about it, and you'd eat that, right? And so what happened to me in those first 8 weeks is I went from a very healthy 74 kilos, who said chubby? 74 kilos to 60 kilos in 8 weeks. I just dropped like all of this weight because I wasn't eating. And what I was doing is I was skipping my Vegemite and cheese sandwich, right? So that would be there mocking me the entire day. Because as pharmacists, what we do, we're constantly at this intersection, this axis of control and demand, right? And demand is ad hoc. Demand is just coming through the door. Demand is not something that we can really control. We've got all of this demand. And because we are ultimately the leader of the business by virtue of putting on the Ben Casey, we've got demand from our staff, we've got demand from our customers, we've got demand from the rest of the business as well. And what do? What can we control? Well, we control our time. Right? That's the one thing that potentially we can control, what we're doing in the moment. And so lunch disappears, and Vegemite and cheese sandwiches mock us, sit there. And so what do? You get this hurricane that's in the business, and then you get this 45 seconds at around about 2:15. It's just after the lunch rush, and just before the school rush, and you've got 45 seconds. And what do? You're in the dispensary, and you're in the eye of the hurricane, and it's quiet, and you do this. And you go into the cocoon behind the dispensary bench, and you sit on R2-D2, like we had R2-D2, the little round footstool, right? And you'd sit on R2-D2, and you go, I'm going to teach you a lesson, Vegemite and cheese sandwich. I'm going to smash you. And you unwrap it, and you take a bite, and then suddenly this primal urge of being a pharmacist hits you, and you do this because you hear something in the front of the shop, and you do this. And it's no one. And then you sink down again, and you go, oh my God, I've got 40 seconds left to eat this sandwich. But that's the truth about being a pharmacist, right? And why? The question is, why do we do it? Why do we continually have 40 seconds or 45 seconds to eat the Vegemite and cheese sandwich? It's not because we hate the Vegemite and cheese sandwich. It's because we care. We care so deeply about our patients, about our staff. And I think what's happened, and I'm on the forums, I see the protests, I see the trauma that we're all going through. And I go, are we focusing? We're focusing on the what. Are we really reminding ourselves of the why? Why are we doing this? Why are we there? And it's because we care about our patients. We just care about them so much because we want healthy communities. We want that because healthy communities are great to live in. We're local people. We live locally. We want that harmony in our local community. We want our parents, our children to have that, to grow up in that. And let's not ever forget the why. And that's part of the reason why I love what I do at MedAdvisor Solutions. So we're now called MedAdvisor Solutions. This is the first conference that we've actually unveiled that name. It's not just about an app anymore. It's a full range of solutions for pharmacy. And I'm so proud to be part of this company. And you know me, I'm from Gilcare, right? You would have thought, oh, Aaron, that's a too positively charged audience. No, I'm loving this opportunity because MedAdvisor Solutions aligns with my fundamental beliefs about what we do as pharmacy and what value we bring as pharmacists to local communities. We have a why which aligns with that, a care for carers. And I'm so proud to be that, and I'm so proud to have that why. And I really challenge everyone in the industry to take a moment whilst you're eating your Vegemite and cheese sandwich and you're smashing your ice break, to consider the why and remind yourself about the why, your why. And I truly believe it's about care of the community. And with our MedAdvisor Solutions, you can see that what we're trying to do is have a vision of inspiring lasting behaviour change by simplifying people's medications journey. And this is, I'm sharing our vision, so potentially you can go back to your pharmacy and you can write your vision and take your stuff, because you're leaders. By virtue of being here, you are leaders in your business, taking your stuff on that journey towards that vision, because they're scared. They're fearful. And the role of a leader in this complex situation is to give hope. Is to give them hope and to help them feel that there is a positive future for them in their business, in their own personal lives, in your business. So to inspire lasting behaviour change by simplifying people's medication journey, and our mission really comes down to you, the pharmacy owner, the pharmacist, at the front line, caring for patients. We empower the pharmacy of the future to help people manage their healthcare one prescription at a time, one prescription of 30 capsules at a time. Did I say that right? Yeah. That's what we do. That's our why. People buy your why. We're so focused on the what. I haven't even said what we do, right? People buy your why. It's a Simon Sinek thing. People buy your why. Look it up when you get home, when you have that moment. If you want to be inspired about it, 2009 Simon Sinek TED Talk. People buy your why. Find your why, live your why. We'll get through 68. There is so much opportunity out there. Our industry, above all other industries in the healthcare sector, has got the greatest opportunity going forward. So this is a blip, as Trent said. This is genuinely a blip. But start with your why. Now's a great time. You know, springtime and renewal, as Trent was talking about yesterday. But hope matters. And the intergenerational report gives hope. Make hope living in your pharmacy by finding your why. So Aaron, great, we've got why. I've got my why. What's the next bit? The next circle of that onion, or layer of that onion is how. So how can we do that? How can we make this a reality? Okay, let's have a look at that. Whenever we're talking how, because how is a strategy word, right? Strategy is about the how to make this happen. We always start with a SWOT analysis. Okay, so I know that in the room we've got experienced business owners, we've got those getting into business, the business of pharmacy, and those potentially at university or otherwise. So let's go on the journey together, okay, as a collective. We talk about a SWOT analysis, and when we're looking at a SWOT analysis, of course, we've got our opportunities and threats, the OT, and they're an external focus. And on the screen, you can see that there are some major threats and weaknesses, and there's going to be some more for your local business and your local area, but industry-wise, there are some suggested threats and opportunities on the screen. We'll talk about them in just one moment. And where I've seen a lot of people fail on their SWOT analysis is they start making subjective points around their strengths and weaknesses. And I disagree with that approach. I think it's more important to see strengths and weaknesses across specific characteristics of your business being either a strength or a weakness. And I'm going to give you some examples. So, this is a list of general strengths and weaknesses within a business. So you can start the process of saying, my company reputation or my business reputation, is it a major strength or is it a major weakness? And this is where you might sit with your leadership team, with your business partners, and have a genuine discussion about the business, an honest discussion, what I call a red wine discussion, where you drop the things that are holding you back from really seeing the truth, and you have a warts and all discussion about the business. Because it's through that conflict that you find the truth about the business, and then you can work on the things that matter. So there are many things, and what I see a lot of pharmacies do is they go, oh my God, we've got all these weaknesses, we have to work on them all at the same time. You don't. You actually don't even have to develop them internally at the same time. Because what you can do is you can outsource it. There are certain strengths here or certain characteristics. If you want to strengthen that, you can outsource it. And Trent spoke about that yesterday. He mentioned banner groups, franchising, right? So if you're a pharmacy on the Gold Coast, you might say, one of my strengths is pricing effectiveness. And that's a really important thing for our business in our area. We're going to join Chempro, for instance, or we're going to join PAG, whatever it may be. You have to find the right brand for your business. But my point is, you can outsource that and you can buy a strength within the business. So, from a MedAdvisor's perspective, and this is not a shameless plug, but this is a genuine reality of technology within your business. You want to have innovative effectiveness. You want to have technological advantages within the business, strengths within the business. That's what you can do. But only if you actually engage with the technology and train your staff. That's the key thing to all of that. That's what they call the crux of the strategy. The crux is not having it. The crux is using it. And that is a key part of that. So when we can say, all right, I'm going to adopt this technology, I'm going to buy this subscription, I've now got strengths within the business across these specific characteristics within my business, now what else can I do? The next step of that is saying, right, so what I've got originally was a weakness in technology and a weakness in able and dedicated staff. Now, here's where a SWOT analysis really works. A SWOT analysis only works when you match weaknesses, strengths, opportunities, and threats, okay? So this is how it works. If I've got a weakness in my business, and I don't have Fred, I don't have Zed, I don't have MedAdvisor, I don't care what you put in that as a weakness, right? Just using MedAdvisor as an example. But I've got a weakness here. What you are now open to are the threats. You are susceptible to the threat, right? In the same way, I don't wash my hands after I go to the toilet. Right, now you're susceptible, you've got a weakness to a disease coming into your body. Same principle here, you are now susceptible. But if you were to then change that to being a strength within the business, the great thing is you've now counteracted the threats, and at the same time now you have a strength that can get you to an opportunity. Because if you've got a weakness, you can't get the opportunities. And that is really how a SWOT analysis will work within your business if you do it in a way which is very measured. So that is called the TOES approach. So SWOT, TOWS is about saying, right, I'm now going to flip it to get the opportunity I need the strength. Simple, and sorry if I've laboured the point, but now you've got that opportunity to get now you've got the strengths to get these opportunities. And that's when we start to fight against the effects of 60-day dispensing. With these strengths, that can be implemented quite quickly. And I've had a number of conversations with pharmacy owners, just not now, a little bit later. That's good. A little bit later means you've prioritised. But if you try to do everything at the one time, you're going to fail. So pick your battles, find out what's important, and then build those strengths in priority order. So, we've spoken about the why. Align it with good people who are going to help you. There is a whole room of good people in there who are going to help you, put their money where their mouth is. They're exhibiting and they're saying, we're here to help you. If you've got efficiency problems, this is all about efficiencies and loyalty. If you've got efficiency problems, talk to Pharmacy Halo. Great pharmacist-led solution, developed by a pharmacist. Literally coded it himself, Glenn. Go and have a chat with them and learn about that and go, actually, that is going to save me so much time. And when I have time, I can talk more with my customers, engage with my customers. Efficiencies lead to effectiveness. Effectiveness is about doing the right work. Efficiencies is doing work right. On the way to expansion. And that's where we're going through with full scope. So those three concepts matter. And powerful partnerships get us there. So what is it, from a MedAdvisor perspective, that we can do? And I put there on the board, I spoke about 9 million Australians taking a prescription medicine every day. 9 million Australians. That is nothing to sneeze at. That is massive opportunity for our sector to tap into. But when it comes down to it, the question is, are they taking their medicine? 30 to 50% of patients do not take their medicine as prescribed. That hits me in my heart and I go, I can help those people because my purpose on earth is to help those people. That's all of our purposes on earth, is to help those people take their medicines because that is the why. That is the why of what we're doing this. Forgetfulness, complex, we've got the curse of knowledge. It's easy for us to do it, but it's not easy for them. So, what is the impact if we help them? So we did some studies into this. We've got the data, and the cool thing about it, and this is exciting, when a patient wasn't on the MedAdvisor app, they were potentially taking their medicines to about 80% of the time. Does everyone remember Meds Index from 2007? Yeah, an Excel spreadsheet on my computer. But Meds Index started this journey, right, of us understanding if I've got a patient and they've got 30 tablets and they take 45 days to take those 30 tablets, their Meds Index drops. Nice and simple. It's not 100%. In this case, 80% of the time. So they're missing doses. If they're missing doses, they're only coming back every 40 days, every 45 days. Guess what? 60-day dispensing was already kind of upon us. It was never 30-day dispensing, right? So we've already been dealing with this situation. But when they were put onto the MedAdvisor app, guess what? It went up 6%. 6%. And that is $47,000 into the bank account in terms of gross profit of an average of a median pharmacy, 130 scripts a day. You do use calculations about what it would mean to your pharmacy. Very, very quick calculation on that one. And you can see putting patients onto a MedAdvisor app drives revenue, but it also drives efficiency. I was talking to a well-known New South Wales pharmacist today. Every single patient who has got a script on file in their pharmacy is being moved to the MedAdvisor app right now. He's trained all of this stuff, and he speaks about Sharon, a 50-year-old pharmacy assistant who hated technology and is now the champion of that program in their pharmacy. This can be done by anyone. placing patients on the app. But the cool thing about it, he said, mate, a week after we started doing this, we now walk into the pharmacy and there are 10 scripts already waiting for us to be dispensed in the morning. I don't have to do that during hours. I don't have to wait for the patient to come in. I don't have to wait for that damn phone call, which holds up my dispensary staff to, oh, darling, do I have an aspirin script there? Oh, I'd like to get that one dispensed, and then I'd like, please, the Lipitor one. You know, the big one with the... Don't have to do that anymore. They can order it and it comes into the pharmacy and you get the order beforehand. So to the point, and this genuinely happened in my pharmacy too when it was SMS. It was before the apps, but when it was an SMS, we actually put pharmacists on from 7:30 to 8 o'clock to get the day started, to have all of those scripts done, to have the workflow in momentum so we weren't going from a standing start. And that made a massive difference to our workflow through the entire day. It has a halo effect, again that word, a halo effect across the entire pharmacy. So there's the revenue bit, the loyalty bit as well, and the efficiency bit, all put together in one case study, and there's the data which says that this works. So, loyalty. I need some volunteers. You would like to volunteer? Simon, how are you? Where are you from, Simon? South Australia, lovely. Go the Crows, eh? Is that right? Not Port Adelaide, because I'm from Brisbane. My boss is from South Australia, he's in the room, and he goes for the Crows, and I'm going to have to get him a second prize for not winning the premiership when the Lions lifted. Right, Simon from South Australia, cool. And I've got Alexander, is it? Yes. Nice, from Odin Pharmacy, yep. Congratulations on your success over the last few years. You guys are absolutely kicking it, and you're a wonderful example of how pharmacy can work. Congratulations for everything that you've done. Someone up the back, actually my friend right there, with the red tag. What was your name? Jim. Okay, good. Where are you from? Brunswick Heads. Where's that? Is that North? Yeah, it is North New South Wales, isn't it? Yeah.
Near
awesome.
Byron.
Near Byron.
Hi,
There we go. Leah's from Byron. She's from MedAdvisor as well. Wonderful to have you here, mate. It's great. And I'll get someone from the back there, lady with the glasses on her head, with the cool shirt. Hello. How are you? I'm well. Where are you from?
Newcastle.
From Newcastle. Lovely. Which pharmacy are you from? And what was your name? Margaret?
Pharmacy in
Medowie Pharmacy. Lovely. I've got Margaret there from Medowie. And I'll also pick my friend up the back with the denim jacket on. Yeah, you. The one looking at everyone else because you don't want to be picked. Yeah. What was your name? Tira. Lovely to meet you, Tira. And where are you from?
From Cairns,
A live pharmacy group from Cairns. Wonderful. We work for the Toomies. Yeah, lovely. Great spot, Cairns. Go Queenslanders. No, I'm not biased in here. Right, so we've got a question on the board, and there is a super duper prize, and I mean this is something we actually got Wayne to agree to, and it's a fair bit to spend, and I have to sometimes fly Jetstar as well, so that goes to show what we have to do at MedAdvisor to save our shareholders money. So loyalty impact in 2023. Here's the question to my 5 contestants here on The Price is Right. In 2023, the median pharmacy in Australia retains only X% of their scripts. X% of their scripts. Can I ask you, if you should have a pad and paper in front of you, what is that percentage? Now, when I mean this, I mean a patient comes in with a script and it has a repeat. What is the percentage that pharmacy gets the repeat dispense as well as the original? How many? What is the percentage of that occurring? Leah, could you zip around the room and maybe give the participation prize, not the first prize, to each of our contestants, and then bring me up their answers. And if you could put your name on the piece of paper too, that'd be great. Thanks, Leah. Won't take long. I feel like Ian Turpin. Here's the price, right? I think it was Supermarket Sweep. What was it? Price is Right? Was it Price is Right? Yeah. I was a Tony Barber fan, just incidentally. Loved Tony Barber. And he never wrote back to my letters though. It's very strange. I was the only 8-year-old in the country that wrote letters of support to Tony Barber because I love that show. Okay, here we go. Interesting. Margaret. Ooh, okay, got you. Alex. Okay. And the last one. Someone folded it. They thought it was a ballot. Wow. This is really amazing. Okay. Here we go. So this is in descending order, right? And I'm sure everyone else has got an answer here in their own head. Okay, so here we go. So in descending order, Jude, we have got, he believes that 63% of scripts will actually have a repeat done at the same pharmacy. Interesting. Could we get some oohs and ahs? Okay. 63%. Okay. The next one was and you can go if you don't agree. Okay. All right. Here we go. We've got Margaret with 36%. Oh, there we go. This is nice. Now, Tira from Cairns. 35%.
Wow.
Oh, well, I've got a wow. Then we've got Alex. Alex has gone with 32%. Okay. And then we've got Simon. Simon has gone with 30%. So they're all hitting around. That's really interesting. Around that 30, and I was very surprised. I thought ego might kick in here. Certainly didn't do. And maybe his customers really love him, or maybe he doesn't hand back the repeats. I don't know. But would you like to know who the winner is? Margaret is the winner. Yes. Yes. Well done. That's really good. And Margaret, we have a wonderful prize for you. It's not just a shiny ball. It is a pair of Apple AirPods. So I told you it's a good prize. There we go. From Newcastle. Lovely. You can listen to some Silverchair on that. Very nice Newcastle band. There you go. Yeah. There you go, wonderful. Hopefully they bring their scripts in and keep their scripts with you as well. But isn't it fascinating? Only 36% of prescriptions are retained. And I'd like to thank the team at Nostradata and their product EchoRx in the analysis of that. It was fascinating to look at how that worked. Across the pandemic, we actually saw that increase. But after the pandemic has broken, thanks to pharmacy, by the way, that has now come down, and it's sitting now currently at that 36% mark, which is fascinating. So congratulations to Margaret, but it does show this screams opportunity. Every pharmacy, every patient, whether they've got a script or whether they don't have, whether they have a repeat or not, should be offered the app, because that means we're caring for them. And I'll give you one more point of data. At the same time of the year last year, 10% of prescriptions were electronic prescriptions. It is 17% at the same time this year. That is a growing trend that will keep escalating. I'm not sure whether that is accelerating, but it is escalating. Meaning your patients have more choice now to send that script to any pharmacy locally. So it'll be interesting to see how this loyalty factor works. One way that you can deal with this, and I call it an opportunity, it was on the board as an opportunity, is to have technological strength. That is what the app can do. That is what the MedAdvisor app can do, because it automatically allows that patient to click on the token, ingest it into the app, and send it to your pharmacy. Okay, so that is the opportunity there on electronic prescribing. We still do not have a proper framework defined by the ADHA on how the ASL will work within an app. Okay, so the self-registration of ASL in the app has not been properly defined, but we will continue to work to make sure that that comes up in the app when they're ready for us to go to conformance on that. So that is another factor that is worthwhile looking at. So, in terms of what we've got, there's the patient app, we've spoken about it, and if the patients don't like the app, they can still have a good old-fashioned SMS. That is there, available right now. You can use that, start using that Monday, right? Or if you're really keen, like Jude, tomorrow. He's going to go to work tomorrow. Right. Then we've got the +1 software, that is your pharmacy-facing software, and you can do operational activities on that software, you can do professional services, and we've got 22 professional services that potentially can have a charge associated with it by your pharmacy. Go and look at that list. That is value. You have already got the opportunity there technologically to deliver services, to record services, to provide service summaries, which is valuable to patients. There's nothing wrong with charging for that. Find what people are going to charge, pick your services. It's all there for you. CPA programs, integrated with PBA, and of course then you've got health programs. And I want to just give you an example of where you can make immediate money that patients don't have to pay for anything. And this is where I'm so passionate about it, and you are delivering on your why. Let's have a look at this. And this is another little interactive one, but there's no AirPods into it. Maybe Margaret will give you the left AirPod. I'll say prize if you get this right. Put your hand up if you have dispensed or helped a patient with one of these devices or medications or therapies, right? Most people have got their hand up here. There you go. There's money sitting on the table. It's there for you. It's there. We can do it straight away. You've got these opportunities right now. Freestyle Liberate. I don't know how many patients who have bought their Freestyle at Chemist Warehouse because it was $3 cheaper have come into me to say, how do I use this? They never taught me how to use it. And I just felt like smacking my head or throwing my Vegemite and cheese sandwich at them. But I helped them. You get $30 per training. $30 right there to doing what you do anyway. Wow. Screams opportunity. Screams revenue. Let's forget about 60-day dispensing and get on with it. There's your opportunities right there. Now, that's the MedAdvisor ecosystem of what you're having from day one, off the start. You get all of that as part of it. We can do in-app payments as well for those patients who want that convenience of it as well. And the final part of this is that we don't just say and throw opportunities at you. We don't just throw software at you. That's not what we're about, because it doesn't work. Just adopting stuff without taking your staff on the journey, it's doomed to failure. I've just finished my MBA in digital transformation. And the number one thing, I spent $30,000 or $40,000 in MBA, and the number one message was, it's a socio-technical game. It's about people. It's not just about technology, it's not just about software, it's about people. What's our greatest strength as pharmacists? People. We're so good with people. Take them on a journey. That's what we do. We train your staff for you. Go and have a cup of coffee. Send them off to Josh Dorr, our wonderful training manager, full-time training manager that we put on and pay for so you don't have to do the work. We do it for you. Josh is so lovely. I'm in love with this guy. He's so helpful. He's so funny. He's so engaging. He takes away all of the mystery around doing this, and staff walk away with a sense of competence and confidence. That's what we want from our staff. We want to show them that we care as leaders in the business, and this is how we do it. So there are live webinars on request scripts, on health services, getting started, signing people up to the app, recording services. It's all there. We are a powerful partner because we do all of this rather than just throw software at you and your staff, and the staff go, I don't want to do this. This is just all too hard for me. Right? And as we move into full scope, that relationship, that intimacy is essential. And we're working hard on full scope. As you would have seen in the slide yesterday, we shouldn't have been up, but there was that information that we will be supporting it. UTI in New South Wales, oral contraceptive in New South Wales, skin, it's coming. We're there. We're here to help. But you can start that journey now with getting your staff used to it and getting your patients used to the software that's there. We're happy to help. So, able dedicated staff, there is that QR code there if you do need to scan that, but you can find it on the MedAdvisor website as well in terms of MedAdvisor.com, pharmacy webinar. Okay, so I promised you that we would finish a little bit early so you can have lunch, and we are pretty much going to deliver on that. There's one final thing I do want to suggest you think about tonight, tomorrow, as you have a moment and reflect upon Pharmacy Connect. There's a lot of toxic talk out there, and you have the choice of listening to it, buying into it, and effectively being harmed by it. Or you can choose a positive path of hope. But that positive path of hope won't result in any changes to the business unless you know why. And this is a question you have to ask yourself every day. Why am I here? And remind yourself, I'm here for my patients, I'm here to care. Because communities matter. And their safety matters. Why are you here? And second to that then, talk to your staff about their why. What brings them to work every day? What really goes into the heart of their mission in life? Why are you here? Ask yourself the question, how can I live it every day? What have I got? What tools can I just pick up and start living every single day? And I hope that MedAdvisor is one of those tools that you go, yep, they get it, they align with my principles. I can't solve your principles and your values, but I can show you mine, and I can show you what we live every single day throughout the entire company. It's amazing. It's amazing what MedAdvisor Solutions, the people behind it do. How can I live that every single day? Is the second question. Then it is, what can I use? What can I deliver for my patients to make it happen? And if those are the three things that you walk away from Pharmacy Connect with a sense of hope and a sense of hope for the future, it really is that hope for the future and a sense of I can do it. It's just those questions. So please reflect on that. And I hope that we can be your powerful partner as you drive all of those initiatives in your pharmacy to what is a very bright future for our profession. And I'd just like to thank you so much for your attention and for being here. Well done, guys. It's great.
Thanks very much, Aaron. Always entertaining, insightful as always. Are there any